There's been a breach. No one ever wants to hear this, especially in healthcare. A breach of PHI can lead to Hipaa penalties, lawsuits, fines, jail time, basically an organization-wide headache. But let's face it, every organization is going to face a breach at some point. Therefore, understanding the Hipaa breach notification rule could save your organization time and money. You can also safeguard your reputation. Hi everyone, I'm Elia from Tactics, and today I'm going to talk about how to comply with the Hipaa breach notification rule. Before we get started, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button below. Also, while you're down there, hit that alert bell icon so when we post new helpful content, you get notified. What is the Hipaa breach notification rule? It's part of the Hipaa law that requires organizations to notify any and all affected individuals about a data breach. They also need to notify the HHS when unsecured PHI has been breached. The OCR investigates these violations but tends to prioritize incidents involving 500 or more patient records. If a breach affects less than 500 people, the notification security rule says an organization should notify affected individuals within 60 days of discovering the breach. The organization must also notify the HHS within 60 days of the end of the year which the breach was identified. If a breach involves more than 500 people, an organization needs to notify affected individuals within 60 days. Same thing. However, they need to notify the HHS within 60 days of the breach too. Lastly, an organization must notify a major print or broadcast media outlet in the organization's region within 60 days of the breach. There are a few exceptions. Some scenarios technically fall under the definition of a breach, but the HHS gives organizations some slack about the situation. Some exceptions include unintentionally accessing or using PHI by an employee, made in good faith and with the scope of their authority, accidental disclosure of PHI between authorized persons, or the organization confidently believing that the person who obtains/accesses the PHI will not retain or compromise the data. If one of these scenarios happens, the PHI is not considered breached. As such, the covered entity does not have to notify the affected parties or the HHS under the breach notification rule. If you'd like to learn more about how to make sure you comply with all Hipaa laws and regulations, reach out to Tactics. And you've already made it this far into the video, so you might as well like it, share it, and comment below.